Welcome to the Unbound Mind, a sacred space designed for the chosen ones, the visionaries, and the dreamers. This is more than a podcast. It's a call to rise beyond the ordinary. Not gonna lie, y'all. I recorded this episode so many times trying to produce top tier quality, but y'all gonna have to work with me. Like, I'm trying to spread some wisdom, spread some knowledge, spread the word of God. I ain't got time to keep redoing this over and over again. So this some raw content coming from a raw woman. I almost forgot. I can't be talking crazy on here. I'm just trying to serve the Lord. So just know if you're on this podcast, you are literally on a certain frequency, okay? You are reaching a certain level of awareness, and God has been trying to get your attention, for real. So if you make it to the end of this podcast, please understand that you are chosen. I want to start off by expressing that God is rising up all of his chosen people. I don't know who this is for, but he is literally preparing tables for you in the presence of your enemies, just as he said in Psalms 23. And soon you will bring glory to his name. You can always feel when God is doing something in your life, and you can feel when he's calling on you. So I just want y'all to be aware that the creation of this podcast is absolutely a result of that calling. Today we're going to talk about the mind, the almighty mind. I'm sure we've all heard the saying mind over matter. Let's discuss mindset shifting and shifting the paradigm. I personally also like to call it breaking generational curses. I've come to the conclusion, and I thoroughly believe that generational curses are simply beliefs, habits, attitudes, personalities, mindsets that do not serve you, that were passed on down from generation to generation in your family lineage. Example, a scarcity mindset. I know y'all mama used to tell y'all money don't grow on trees. I know y'all heard it before. Another example could be withstanding toxic relationships, or like having insecurities, not feeling good enough to obtain success that you desire, feeling like it could never be you, feeling like, that your dreams are just simply out of reality. They're out of reach. Fear of success, and so on. Negative self-talk, and so on. It literally could be anything. Anything that was around you that you picked up on. So I just want to say that none of this is true. And ask yourself, who even told you that they were? The moment you accepted that belief that was literally never even your own is the exact moment it became a part of your world. Just using myself as an example, y'all, I truly and wholeheartedly believed that I could be a rapper. I wanted to be a rapper growing up until my mama told me I can't do that. I literally wanted to be just like Alicia Keys. I wanted to sing, rap, and play the piano. And my parents told me that I couldn't do that. So I was like, okay, bet. I'm going to be on America's Next Top Model. I'm going to be America's Next Top Model. Since I can't rap, I can't sing, I'm going to be a model. They told me I couldn't do that either. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to work for nobody. Like, that just sounded crazy to me. Y'all, I got the longest Dr. Martin Luther King coming to Jesus speech ever. That same exact day. They sat me down and lectured me about me having to get a job and me having to go to college. Like, after that conversation was over, I went in my room like, damn, well, what the hell can I do? I can't do nothing. They was like, yeah, you got to go to college and get a job, and you have to work for somebody. And that day, I accepted that as the truth, and that's exactly what I did. Once I accepted these external beliefs, I believed that it wasn't possible for me to have the life that I so deeply desired, and I actually stopped dreaming. But guess what? There are no dreamers in my family. So when I came to them with these super expansive dreams, They like, girl, what? Like, no, that's not a thing. That's not real. But it's only because it was something that they've never experienced in their world, in their reality, in their range of reach. So I do believe that a curse isn't a curse until you allow it to be. That curse would have never been activated if I never accepted it as the truth. So let's get to it. I'm not sure if y'all know that you are not your thoughts. You just are the one that is conscious of them. You also have the power to choose your thoughts and choose to act on them. Therefore, your thoughts create, aka manifest into your reality. It's written. Proverbs 23:7. Now, before y'all attack me, because I know y'all like to tussle, manifest simply and literally means to bring forth to reality, to bring from your mind to your world, to bring from the spiritual to the physical. It is just evidence of. That is it. That is all. And I'm not talking about that today. So don't even be trying to go back and forth with me because we're not finna argue about it. Your thoughts do not come from you. Thoughts are developed on the spiritual realm, and you are either influenced by them or you're not. The thoughts will either come from your ego, aka your lower self, aka someone we know as the devil, or your true and authentic self, who you are at core, your higher self, or we could say the Holy Spirit, or we could say the voice of God. Have y'all ever seen a show or like a cartoon where somebody had the little angel on their shoulder and it was a little devil on the other one? Yeah, it's real. We just can't see them. Well, I can't see them and I don't want to see them. I don't know. Some of y'all might be able to see spirits, but yeah, that is not a gift that I have, nor that I want. But if you don't understand just yet, just listen with an open mind, okay? You are only a product of your environment. But we all have the power to change that. We know this. We all know that our past does not define our future, and it does not define us. So I'm saying all of this to say that we were all programmed and conditioned to operate at whatever level of frequency that was around us as a jit. When you're young, you have an undeveloped subconscious, and it works exactly like a sponge. Before the subconscious is actually developed, it takes everything in as true with no questions asked. So like, example, if your mama told you it's a monster in the closet, you believed it, right? If somebody was like, oop, I got your nose, you believe them. I used to get scared when people told me they took my nose. Like, what you mean you took my nose? Now I am walking around here with no nose? Another one. If your mama told you she gonna get a ticket because you got the light on in the car, you believed her, right? I know I did. But that's why they be like, oh, you can't just tell kids anything. That's why it's so important to be mindful of what you say and do around children because they intake everything just like a sponge does with water. So in your environment, whatever it was at the time, whether it was in the projects of South Philly or in the beautiful valley of Beverly Hills, whatever you experienced is likely what you grew up to be. You likely replicated it. Like, if everyone around you was in survival mode, you probably adapted that mindset as well. If they were in a state of ease and prosperity, you probably walking around life easily and prosperous. Like, you get the idea. I know y'all get what I'm trying to say. This is how the masses and the classes are separated, baby. This is how the poor stay poor and the rich get richer. It's all a mind thing. We don't think the same because we were not taught the same. We were all programmed differently, and it's nobody's fault. I feel like we all just played the cards we were dealt. We all just tried to make lemonade out of the lemons that we were given. And a friend of mine told me, it was so good, it was so powerful, it really stuck with me. She was like, you can't break out of a prison that you don't know you even in. So make the choice to break free from the limitations of your mind. Be released from the shackles. I want my people released. That's why I'm making this podcast. So This is literally the first step of self-awareness. Once you break the paradigm, you develop the ability to evolve and become a brand new you. But you have to make a conscious decision. You have to make a choice. Let's talk about the ego versus the self. I personally believe the ego's goal is to keep you safe. The brain does not like change. Humans do not like change. It simply is just being used to the familiar. That's why we hear the saying, quote unquote, the devil works in cycles. That's why people unconsciously choose what they know over and over again. A lot of people are stuck in the cycle and they don't even know it. For example, we'll go to the restaurant and we'll never order nothing new. We'll order the same thing every single time we go. We'll go the same exact way to work every single morning. We'll take the same way home. We will literally choose the same guy or girl who is literally our ex in a different body. And then want to cry and say how it ain't no good men, it ain't no good women. But it's literally a subconscious thing. And you will keep repeating these patterns and not even know it. So this is also why it's not very common to break out of the norm. Like, doing something new, stepping out of your comfort zone doesn't feel safe all the time because you're stepping into the unknown. And when this happens, we experience emotions like fear, doubt, lack, whatever, which are simply what they call lower vibrations. That's it. Or you may know them as demons. And so totally, it's just considered like self-sabotage. Like, you're scared to do something different. So you're making choices that you are used to making and you don't even know why. And when you self-sabotage, you are keeping yourself in your old paradigm. You are keeping yourself in this old life cycle that you don't even like. This has the ability to kill, steal, and destroy your future and the purpose of your life. And I bet y'all don't even know, this is literally spiritual warfare. To stop this cycle, you have to renew your mind. Like they said in Romans 12, verse 2. Rewire your brain, reprogram your subconscious. Literally, you have to die to the old you. Once you challenge these thoughts and these emotions and you actually overcome them, you will start to get different thoughts, which will come with different beliefs, which will result in different actions, which will create a new you. This is the process of becoming. This is the process of evolution. You have the power to completely change the trajectory of your life and ignite a new timeline presented with infinite possibilities by simply changing the way that you think, which will equate to new beginnings, which will unfold into your destiny, which will unfold into your evolution. But please remember, to create a lasting change, like to create a new life, you have to become somebody you never been before. Ephesians 4, verse 22 through 24. Go read it. This is not to say that you will never experience negative emotions or thoughts ever again, but be intentional about challenging them. The next time you get a thought that does not serve you or empower you, ask yourself, is this really true? Or is this something that I was told? Or is this something that I've been telling myself over and over again? Is this a curse that I accepted into my life? Y'all know, power of the tongue. As a man thinketh, so is he. Perception is your reality. Don't give thoughts more power than they deserve. The mind is the battlefield. Once you master your mind, you can master your life. And I genuinely want everybody to know that. I feel like enough people don't know that. So, stay tuned. The Unbound Mind. I'm going to drop another episode. Leave a comment, leave a review, subscribe, do whatever, but tap in.